All right. All right, we're live.
All right, live. Okay, so we're going to talk about resolutions. Like, I'm talking about why resolutions fail. It's like anytime you want to change something in your lifestyle. We've all been there where you want to make a change, right? And then you can't, or it doesn't work. And like, why does that happen, right? So it's not because you're a failure. That's the first thing to understand. It's because no one has told you how to manage your time. So if you have this busy life, we all have this busy life, right? Very busy, everyone's busy running around doing all this stuff. And then you say, okay, I want to start exercising, and I want to eat healthy, and I want to start doing these things. And then you take those things, you want to take those things, and you just want to shove them, and there's no place for them. Because you haven't learned how to manage what you're doing. Does that make sense? And so that's why, it's February 8th, and most people's resolutions are already done. They're like, nope, I can't do it. I can't exercise. I can't eat right, because then you have to shop, and then you have to plan your food, and all of this take time. So you have to take a step back and look at how you're managing your life. When you manage your time, you can put anything into your life, and you can do anything. You can do anything. Like, I run a business, I homeschool my 2 boys, I have time for hobbies, I exercise 6 hours a week, I don't have any stress. That's because I've managed my time. And so you can do more things in the same amount of time. I have a friend, Dr. Ben, who wrote the book that this is based on, Body by God. He wrote the book 1 hour a day for a year. He got up early, spent an hour writing the book, and then in a year he had a New York Times best-selling book. Because he took it and scheduled it into his time. And so here's, what are we doing wrong? What we're doing is we aren't managing our time. Your time is managing you. So we're dealing with, like, most people wake up and like, what emergencies do you have to deal with today, right? It's like, okay, my car broke down, I have to take care of this, I have to take care of this. You have all these things, right, that you have to take care of. And so you're not managing your time. That's like emergencies that you're dealing with. It's like a lot of people are more like in survival mode than they are in control of their life. Right, so you wake up, you think, what are the things that I have to do immediately? What are the things in my life that are basically breaking down that I have to deal with immediately? And those are the things that we deal with, and then there's no time left to add something positive in your life, right? And you're exhausted, right? Does that sound familiar? Does that make any sense? So a lot of us just get through our day. It's like, okay, I had a list of emergencies. I got through 5 of them. We'll do the rest tomorrow. But you're not improving your life. You're not adding to your life. You're not changing things. You're just getting through. You're not getting anything from your day, and then you're constantly stressed out. Who's constantly stressed out? Sit, honey. You guys stressed out a lot? There's a lot of stress. Yeah. That's why, right? Because your time is managing you, and you're just kind of getting through. You're not in control of it. You're not creating time for the things that you want to do. So we have to create time magically. No, it's not magical. It's very, very simple to do. And so we want to, like, instead of putting out fires, you want to create time for better nutrition, for exercise, for improved relationships, for peace, for all of the things that we want that we feel like we can't do. Because you're just overwhelmed. A lot of people are just overwhelmed, right? You're overwhelmed with your life. So that's called zone 1, survival driven. Just trying to, like, get through your day, survive your day, not have more things break down. And that's not a good place to be. That's a place where you're always stressed out, where you're like in fight or flight mode. Like, oh my gosh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. At the end of the day, you're exhausted. You didn't feel like you had anything positive happen. You're adding more stress. It's a stressful way to live. Always trying to, like, keep up, right? And then there's really no time to like do something that you want to do. You know, I see a lot of people every day, and a lot of, you know, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. And when I talk to them, you see that you just need to do. You need to have some more fun in your life. If you need a hobby, like there's no time. It's like, well, let's talk about making time. You know, let's talk about making. This is going on Facebook and on our YouTube page, our YouTube channel, so you can watch it again or send your family members to it. It's really important. I've been doing this. I've been living like this, managing my time, since I'm like 15. I didn't know it was called time management. I just always did it because I don't like stress. Right? I don't like stress at all. It doesn't work for me. So when you manage your time and make time for all the things you want to do in your life, you don't have stress. Like once in a while, right? So that's zone 2. So you want to get to where you're living in zone 2, which is a mission-centered life, where you're developing, right? You're developing your goals. You have time for all the things that you want to have time for. You have time to create better relationships with your children. You have time for community outreach. Whatever, you have time for your church. You have time to prepare your meals and shop. You have time for exercise. You have time to get massages. You have time to get adjusted. You have time to do your hobbies, to read, to do whatever it is that you're called to do. But you can't do those things when you're just stressed out and trying to survive your day. Does that make sense? So the behavior in this zone is driven by principles and a commitment to a moral standard. When you're in survival mode, you don't care. There's no principles. There's no moral standard. There's, I'm hungry. There's McDonald's. I'm going to eat that, right? There's no, like, some people will go to taking pain medication, you know, whether it's legal or illegal, to like make them feel better in the moment, because they're just in that moment trying to just get through their day, right? And that's when you see all things break down. That's when families break down. That's when children have issues and breakdowns. When your health breaks down is when you're just in this mode and doing whatever you need to do to get through that. There's no like, there's no principles, there's no moral. You have to set a standard for yourself, and that's important for you to not break that, to not break those morals, like not to, you know, criminals. What do you think criminals, where does that start? Well, I don't feel like working, so I go steal something. It's a survival-driven mindset of whatever works for me right now, whatever works for me right now, and that just kind of goes and goes and goes and goes, right? So when you're mission-centered, your focus is fueled by personal desire to create change in your life, improve the lives of others, manage your world in a way that will cause success. And it's not easy. It's not the easiest way, but it's the best way. There's no stress there, but you have to slowly transition to that. Right? You transition your life. We're going to talk about that. Does that make sense? So you want to move slowly from one zone to another zone. By that, you want to transition from stress, survival, eating junk food, whatever it takes to just get to the end of the day, so you can just put your pajamas on and watch TV. Because you're just so stressed out, you don't want to go home and do anything, right? It's a terrible way to live, but that's our culture. Our culture is, we have a crazy culture, right? It's like if you're busy, it is like a badge of honor. I'm so busy. Everyone's like, I'm so busy, I'm so busy. Nobody understands how busy I am. Busy, busy, busy. Busy doing what? Like you're on Facebook? What are you busy doing, right? And it's a shift. So you have to start somewhere. So like what I said. So the biggest issue, think about what is the biggest issue in your life that eats up the most time? Is it your health? Is it because you don't feel good? You wake up tired? You maybe have a headache and you don't want to deal with anything? Is it you don't have enough energy to do what you need to do? You know, a health issue is the biggest cause of bankruptcy in our country too. Our health just goes down, and then 70% of people bankrupt in our country are because of their health. Because you never invested time in yourself and in your health. You thought, oh, that's not important, it's not important. Even people with, I think 70% of those people had really great insurance. So it doesn't even matter what kind of health insurance you have. 70% of people go bankrupt because they don't take care of their health. They don't make time to take care of themselves. When you make time to take care of yourself, other things will start to fall into place. What is your biggest issue? What eats up the most amount of time? What causes the most stress in your life? Right? When my son's here, he's 13. When he was 6, when he was 5, he was in kindergarten. And I worked nights, like I worked 3 nights a week, and I felt like I never saw him. Like I waited till I was 38 to have a kid, now I don't see him. Like, okay, that's not working for me, and I feel like that's not going to work for him in the future, where he comes home from school, and then I go to work, and then I come home at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, one night a week. I'm going to show you my schedule later. I get home at 8:30. I'm like, good luck growing up. Right? I felt like that was going to cause in the future a breakdown of our relationship, so I pulled him out of school, and I homeschooled him. And now when I did that, I had a coach. Hope he's not listening. He said, I said, well, I'm pulling my kids out. My little one never went to school, but I pulled my kid out of first grade, and I just homeschooled him. My coach said, oh, you can't do that. I'm like, well, if I pull him out, my husband has to quit his job so that he can be with them when I'm working, and he can manage like the business part of my office, right? Because I can't manage the business part. I hate that part. I like patience and people. I don't care about accounting and stat. I don't even know. He does all that. Like, he has to leave his job. If he leaves his job, it means I have to get busier. So I was like, all right. So I called my coach. I'm like, all right, so my husband's going to leave his job, and I'm going to build my practice, and I'm going to homeschool. And he's like, and he's a very positive guy, and he's like, you're going to fail. There's no way you can do that. I said, no. Don't tell me I can't do something, because then I'm going to prove you wrong. But no, but that was my mission. My mission was to like raise my children that I'm waiting to have. That was my mission. That was important, so it didn't matter. So I knew that if I was spending my time homeschooling my children, it would reduce my stress in every other aspect of my life, and I would feel okay about coming to work. Otherwise, I would go to work and I'd think about the kids. Him, and you know, I have my other one's 3 years younger, so he was 3, he was 2, and he was 5. I'd come to work and I'd think about them. I'd be home and I'd think about my office. So you're never doing anything enough. You're never like in what you're doing. You have to be in what you're doing. So pulling him out allowed me to build my practice and have peace. And when I had that peace, I was able to do more things with my life. But that was important to me. So what's important to you? Don't let anyone tell you you can't do anything that's important to you, right? So I've been homeschooling for 7 years now. It's amazing. It's the best thing I ever did. It didn't take time away. It added time to my life. I do get summers off of that. I do that on the summers. But moving from zone 1 to zone 2 is finding that thing that's really stressing you out. Finding what you're spending your time doing that you can switch. Right? What are you spending your time doing? You can ask questions if you want, right? What are you spending your time doing that's not working for you? What is the biggest stressor in your life? Think about it. And that's what you have to start working on. You have to start putting effort into that thing. If it's your health, then what you have to do is you have to say, okay, on Sundays, if you go to church, after church, I'm going to go to the store, and I'm going to buy healthy food. I'm going to look up recipes, and I'm going to make food for the week and plan my meals. And then all of a sudden, maybe you do this one Sunday and you have all these meals, and then every day at work, you bring your lunch. Then maybe you have some dinner prepped. And now you're eating healthier, and then you have more energy. And then when you have more energy, you want to do more things. Right? So you have to start somewhere. Maybe it's 15 minutes of exercise in the morning before you get to work. Before you leave. That will give you energy. Just shove it in. You don't need to, people think they need to exercise for 2 hours a day or something. You have to go to the gym for an hour and a half a day. 20 minutes, 3 times a week. Just put that somewhere. And then you'll feel better, and then you want to do more. and then you're building and you're putting time into yourself and you're helping yourself, and then you can start doing other things. It starts to bleed into other parts of your life. So you have to start with one thing and then move to another thing and then move to another thing. So when again, I've been doing this, I did it before I knew what it was. Like, I was 15, I started running. I was running with my dad, and I loved it, and I loved running. It made me feel good. So I wanted to make sure that that was a priority for me, running. So I put it, this is like, I had a schedule. This is when I run, right? And I've been doing this my whole life. Now I do yoga, and these are the days I do yoga, and those are the days I do yoga. And if someone says, oh, we have to do this. Can you do this on this day? Nope, I have an appointment. Yoga is my appointment. I don't, nothing. Unless I'm dying, I do yoga on those days. And it was the same thing with running. I used to run, and we used to have these, calls, these coaching calls. And they were at the time when I ran. I'm like, I can't do them. Like, well, you have to do them. I'm like, well, I can't, I run. So I got an earpiece, and I used to run with the call on my ear so I would run. So those are like important things that you put in your life, and you don't let anything take that away. So schedule 3 times a week, 20 minutes a day, and you do it. Regardless of whether or not you want to do it, you do it. You're not, maybe you don't like it at first. You will always feel better when you do that. Always, right? You're never going to say, oh man, I shouldn't have exercised. That just ruined my day. It's never going to happen, right? If you wake up and you eat an apple instead of a donut, maybe it doesn't taste as good, but you're always going to feel better. Like one thing, add one good thing. So we want to talk about what I want for my patients. So this is my mission. My mission is helping people. That's my mission. That's what I do, and that's what I spend my time doing. That's what I love. And so I'm living my mission. What is your mission, right? Here's mission center. So everything it takes to move you and the world forward. You have to take care of your body. You have to take care of your body and yourself, or you can't take care of anyone else or help anyone else. You just can't. You don't have the energy. You don't care. You feel miserable. It doesn't work. You have to have a healthy lifestyle is part of a mission-centered life. If you have children, if you have grandchildren, that's fine, I don't care. If you have children, grandchildren, and you want to be around for them, and you say, I'm going to quit smoking for her, look at her, she's so cute. What would you do anything if that was your little granddaughter? But like, I'll quit smoking, I'll stop eating sugar, I'll start exercising for her. Do it for fun. You know what I mean? Do it for someone else. Do it because you want to be around for your grandchildren. There was this commercial when I was a kid. They used to have smoking commercials. Remember that? Anyway, there was this commercial, and it was a guy, and he had cigarettes, and he was talking about quitting smoking. And he said that he had quit smoking, and on his pack of cigarettes was a picture of his daughter. So he would take out his pack of cigarettes and look at a picture of his daughter, and then he'd put his cigarettes down. Because that was his why. That was his reason. That was his mission. You need to start thinking that way. Start thinking, who are you doing this for and why you're doing it, right? Maybe you're helping people in your church. Maybe when you get better, you inspire other people. That will keep you on track with what you're doing. That'll keep you exercising. That'll keep you eating healthier. Then what do you want to do? Then you build relationships. Put time into your relationships with your family and with your children instead of waiting for things to break down. Because relationships will break down. All relationships will break down if you don't put that time in. Spend time with your kids. Like every night, me and Zachary play games for like an hour every night. After school, I can't be like the mean teacher. I'm not mean, ever. I'm never mean. But I'm the teacher, and so and then after we're done with school, like after dinner, we'll play games for like an hour. We'll be like really competitive. But that's like, I feel like that's really important. I love doing it, first of all, but it's important to let the people in your life know that they're important enough that you're going to spend your valuable time doing something with them. It doesn't have to be, it could be whatever. It could be reading your kids a book. It could be just sitting and watching a cartoon with your baby. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Going to the mall, playing games. Who in your life needs you, and what do they need? Sometimes they just need you to know that you'll spend time with them. Like, spend time doing something with them. That is huge for relationship building. When you build relationships and put time into your relationships, there won't be relationship breakdowns, and there won't be emergencies that you have to deal with, like kids on drugs, whatever it is. Depression in your children, teens, all these problems that you can have with spouses and children and parents, whatever. You put time in, you build those relationships. That's valuable time that you're spending. You make time for that. Spiritual growth, whatever that is for you, church, whatever it is, that's important to have like a spiritual life, right? Skill sharpening and new skill development. Everyone I talk to, my patients, there's always something that they want to learn how to do, and they say they don't have time for it. Now, it doesn't have to be some crazy thing. It could just be like one of my patients is learning French, and twice a week, for 40 minutes, she watches videos on how to learn how to speak French. And that makes her feel good, like she feels like she's accomplishing something. What is it that you want to learn how to do? What do you want to learn how to do? I bet there's something you're like, I wish I could do that. Do it. Joy's husband, Andy, just started taking, you can say hi. Yeah. He just started taking singing lessons, right?
Voice lessons.
He's always wanted to sing, and now he's taking classes.
He found time to do it.
Yeah, he loves it, right?
Yeah.
And it makes him happy. That's important. Whatever it is that you feel like what do you want to learn how to do? What do you want to add to your life? What will make your life better? What will make the world better? Whatever it is. Think about what you want to learn how to do and take your time planning and organizing. You're gonna make a chart. I'll show you my schedule. Like, you can make a chart and you can write down all the things you're gonna do. Zachary does that, right, Zach? He has like a calendar, and he's like, these days he does this time he does this. He's like, I spend an hour doing. He's like, an hour of reading, an hour of math, an hour of cartography, whatever it is that he's doing. He has like all scheduled out. I don't know where he gets that, but he started doing that before I like made him do it. But you start to schedule. You're gonna start organizing your time and saying, this is when I do this. This is when I do this. Right? This is the time that at night I have hobbies. I'll spend 45 minutes at night on a hobby, and it doesn't have to be hours and hours and hours. Like, I had a patient once who had all this stress and anxiety, and she had 4 kids, and she was stressed out. I was like, we had to get to the bottom of it, because she was doing yoga, and she was getting adjusted, and she was eating healthy. Like, what's stressing you out? Like, what's going on? And she's like, my house is a mess. I have these closets, and they're just shoved full of stuff, and it stresses me out. She's like, but I don't have time to clean them. I said, I bet you have time, 15 minutes a day to clean it. Take 15 minutes a day and work on that stupid closet, and then close the door and forget about it. After 3 months, it was all cleared out, and almost right away her anxiety started going away, because she knew she was going to deal with it. She had a plan to deal with it. She's like, 15 minutes a day, I can do 15 minutes a day. Right? She's like, I can do that. 15 minutes, then you close the door and deal with it the next day. But you know that you're going to do it, so you don't get stressed about it. Like, when you know when you're going to exercise, you don't feel like, oh my gosh, when am I going to exercise? You're just like, oh, that's the days I do it, and that's what I do. So you don't think about it or get stressed about it. You know that you're going to do it, and you just do it. But you have to do it. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan, a schedule, and then you have to do it. Because when you do it, that's when the stress goes away.
The key to all this is set a goal, and no matter, is only if it's an emergency.
Exactly.
Where you break that.
Yeah, but it has to be a real, true emergency.
Yeah.
But yeah, you set a goal that you can reach, and then you set another goal that you can reach. Maybe your goal is 15 minutes a day of exercise, or 15 minutes a day of cleaning your closet, or 15 minutes a day of whatever it is. Then maybe you want to increase it, but you start with something you can do. Then when you do it, you can add something else. Maybe you want to start with saying, I'm going to eat a healthy breakfast every day. And whatever happens for the rest of the day, it doesn't matter, because you eat a healthy breakfast every day. And then when you're like doing that, you're like, oh, you know what? I can eat a healthy lunch every day. Then you're like, start doing that, right? But you have to set something. You have to set a goal that you can reach easily. That's not this crazy. You can have a crazy goal out there. That's great. But you have to have little stepping stones. Otherwise, you're just going to feel overwhelmed, and then you're not going to do anything. You know, look at Facebook and waste your time, right? So you have to set little goals. Like community involvement, helping the community is a great mission, that helping coach people, help other people, right? Help other people with stuff in their life. Like, these are just things that you can do. These are just ideas of things that make you feel good, that are help with your mission. I'm going to talk about a lot of this stuff. So,
Dr. Alice,
yeah.
touch on maintenance. I was wondering.
Oh yeah, maintenance. You know what maintenance is? Sorry, I should have talked about that. Maintenance is like, so you maintain your health, right? So you eat healthy, you drink enough water. Thank you. Drink enough water. You maintain your car so you don't have a flat tire. You have your tires rotated. You get your oil changed so your engine doesn't explode. You take care of your house. You take care of the things in your house. Does that make sense? You kind of maintain the things in your life so that things don't break down, right? So whatever that is, you maintain your relationships. Maybe you have a friend that needs to have lunch with you once a month. You schedule that in. Because maybe they're going to feel like you don't care about them anymore if you don't call them once a week. I have to talk to my mom. I talk to my mom 3 times a week. That's my maintenance with my, like, that she needs that, so I do that. Sometimes I'm like, she's always on speaker, don't tell her that. Am I on speaker? No, you're not on speaker. But she's always on speaker, and I'm like folding laundry and doing other stuff, and she just likes to talk. She just like, she asks me questions, it's just to talk. So I call her out, she talks like half hour. I listen while I'm doing other stuff, talk back sometimes. Mostly she just talks, but that's important for her, to make her feel like I love her, and I do love her, you know? I mean, I can't go have lunch with her. Well, she lives in California now. But when she was living around here, she was living an hour away, I didn't have time to go there and see her as much because I run a business and I do homeschool, and that's hard to like drive an hour and have lunch like in the middle of my day. It was from homeschooling. So I actually lives with my sister out in California, but 3 times a week, and that's what she needs. So what do people need in your life? Maintain those relationships. For them and for you. What do you need? Tell people, I need this. Tell people, think about what is it you need, right? What do you need from your husband? What do you need from her? Right? What do you need from your children? What do they need from you? Maintaining not just your relationships, personal and physical, but like your actual car and your house and all the things that you have. So like, otherwise there's like, oh, my car, and my this, and my that, and there's all these emergencies, and then you're just stuck in this emergency survival-driven zone of like dealing with things breaking down all the time, right? Make sense? Right, that's why you go to the dentist twice a year to get your teeth cleaned so you don't lose your teeth. Get adjusted once a month when you're better to like maintain your spinal health so you don't have to have surgery and you don't have organs breaking down. That's why you maintain these things. This doesn't take that much time sometimes. Go to the dentist twice a year, get adjusted once a month when you're better and you know to maintain your health. Once you're like fix your spine, whatever it is. Drink water every day, exercise 3 times a week. Make sure your oil is changed, make sure your plumbing and you check your, you know what I mean? Make sure all the things are maintained. Does that make sense? Any other questions about this slide? I'm going to talk about perception reprogramming. You can get coaching or you can give coaching. Sometimes when you coach people, it like helps you so much. Good to see you guys. Right? When you help other people, it makes you feel better. It's like I've coached other chiropractors on time management. Everybody has issues with time management. It's something that I just like to do, something I've always done. It just like again, I don't like stress. So this makes me have no stress. But any questions about this? So perception reprogramming. So how you perceive things that are happening, right? Like there could be the same situation, and for one person it's the biggest emergency, life is over. For another person it's like, well, it's not so bad. And for another person they don't even notice it. How you see things and how you react to things is very, very important in regards to like dealing with stress and changing the way you perceive things, right? It's like some people, they overreact to things. They overreact to events. They overreact to people, and then that puts you back in that survival mode where you're just like reacting to terrible things are always happening to me. No, you're just reacting badly to those things. Things happen. You don't react to them, right? Or some people see a challenge or conflict as overwhelming obstacle right? When some people are like, well, it's not so bad. Some people, that's not an obstacle at all. So how do you look at things? How do you see these things? Like my coach saw me homeschooling my children as this overwhelming obstacle and I was going to fail, and I saw it as like, no, this is going to give me more time. So, right? So you just, what are you telling yourself? How are you talking to yourself? Just say, I can do that, and then you believe it. Like, it's very interesting how the way you talk to yourself determines how you react to things, right? So what is it that you want to do? Don't let anyone tell you you can't do something. It's not even, like, what do they know? What you can do, right? Like we have these camps, like in my coaching program, where you go for like 4 days and they wake up at 5:30 in the morning and you run, and then they make you climb up poles and jump off, and all these crazy team building things. And I really needed to go to a camp. This was Zachary was a baby. And I was like, I'm just gonna bring my baby. And my husband, and they sat, and I'm like, I'll just bring them. I didn't even tell anybody. I'm like, I just brought them. And I didn't think it was a big deal, so that this way, because I wasn't going to leave my baby because I breastfeed, and there's no way that kids get formula or anything else. There's no way my husband could like handle a baby on his own, right? What husband can handle a first baby like for 4 days on their own, right? No, nobody. So I'm like, I really need this, so I'm just going to bring them. And so I can breastfeed, I can sit with the baby, and it's all fine. So I get to the camp, and there's like 50 people there, and the guy running it, my friend Dr. Greg, was like going through people, and he's like, stand up, he went off, like he's like, this is the most, I can't even believe you did this is amazing. I was like, no, it's not, it's easy. Like, for him, he was like, I could never do, how can you, I can't believe that, that's so inspiring. Like, you're a man, and you don't, it's like, for you, it's not easy to like, have a baby stuck in your boob all day. That's easy for a woman. It's like, it's easier than thinking about your baby at home, like, oh my gosh, what is he doing to the baby? What's going on with the baby?
Yeah.
That was easy for me, but they saw it as this big thing, but I didn't think it was a big deal, honestly. I did it 2 more times with him when he's older and another baby. It really wasn't a big deal, but they saw it as a big deal because that's how they perceived it. It's like, oh my God, a baby. Like, oh, baby. Stick them on your boob. And then they're fine, right? It's all in your perception. So how do you see your life? How do you see obstacles? Maybe, like a limiting belief, maybe somebody told you once or all your life that you're lazy. Oh, you're so lazy. Did your parents tell you that? And then you're like, oh my God, I'm lazy. I can't exercise, I'm lazy. And why do you think that? Did someone tell you that? Like, oh my God, I'm stupid. What, did some teacher tell you you were stupid or something? Like, who are you listening to? Where are you getting these beliefs? You know the story of Thomas Edison, created the light bulb? You know that story about him? You know that story? It's pretty cool. So when he was a kid, I don't know, he was 9 or whatever. I don't know how old he was. He was young. The teacher sent a note home to his parents. Bye, guys. Bye. To his parents, to his mom, saying, your kid is so dumb that he's kicked out of school. I mean, it didn't say exactly, but that's what it was. Like, we can't teach him, he's unteachable, can't learn anything, there's something wrong with his brain, he's out of school. And so he sends this note home. The kid didn't see the note, and Thomas Edison asked his mom, what did the note say? Well, she said, the note said that you're so smart that they can't even teach you anything. So you have to stay home with me because I'm going to teach you. Because they can't handle you, you're too smart. And then he went on to create the light bulb. And he failed 1,000 times. 1,000 light bulbs failed before he created, right? Whatever he did. I'm sure that right? It failed 1,000 times, right? But his mom's like, you're just too smart. And so what does the kid think? So if she said, you're so stupid that you stupid kid, you're so dumb that we can't even teach you, there's something wrong with your brain, he'd be like, something wrong with my brain, I'm stupid, and that's what he would think. But she said, oh my gosh, you're just so beyond smart that no one can even, they want you to teach. So they can't handle you. You need to be home with me. And so he's like, I'm so awesome and smart, and I can do anything. And then he did, right? So what did your parents say to you? What did people say to you? Did they say something to you that, like, you've taken on, right? That's really big. Like, what you're telling yourself, what you think is true. A limiting belief is something that you think is true that's not true, right? That's huge. Law of cause and effect. So, right, taking personal responsibility. If things are bad in your life, it's your fault, right? Like, you have to take it on. It's like, it doesn't matter. Like, you are in control of how you react to things, right? So, results are an effect, you are the cause. If you choose to cause actively, create positive results, you're the cause of victory in your life. If you choose to do nothing and lose, then you're the cause of defeat. That's it. You cause your own, you know, there can be circumstances, people overcome all kinds of circumstances, right? They overcome anything. That guy, I don't know his name, has no arms and legs. He's like he speaks all over the world. Do you know that guy? I don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
But he's amazing. I've seen him speak.
Yeah.
So he's like, I could sit home and be depressed, or I can go like teach people how to be awesome, like, and not care what their circumstances are. So it really doesn't matter. You can say, oh, poor me, or you can say, I don't care. Screw that, I'm doing it anyway, right? You can say that, right? So that's huge, because you can choose any time to change your perception of the way you see things. You can say, you know what, maybe I'm depressed, maybe I have anxiety, maybe my life is overwhelmed. That's my fault, and the only one who's going to change it is me. Like, just because my boss is a jerk doesn't mean I have to be all mad all the time. Whatever. Right, Andrea? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Just kidding. I'm not the jerk. I'm not.
She's the best boss ever.
No, but just because like you're in a situation where like your boss is mean to you, or this is happening, or this is happening, or this is happening, so what? You could do it anyway. Don't let that get to you, right? When you start blaming other people for your problems, you're never going to fix your problems, because you're blaming someone else, or you're blaming something else. Don't blame something else. It's you, which is great news, because you can change. You can change the way you see it, you can change how you react to it, and you can just change what you do. So I'm not going to do that anymore, right? I'm just not going to, that's not what I'm going to do anymore. I'm not going to do that anymore. But you can let things get to you or not. Honestly, it's the best news is that you're personally responsible for everything. My little 10-year-old, he's not going to watch this, so I can say this, but we're doing school. He'd be like, Mommy, you're making me mad. I'm like, no, I'm not making you mad. You're making yourself mad. I'm trying to teach him. Mommy, stop yelling at me. I'm like, he's so funny, because if I say something that he doesn't like, I'm like, Noah, we have another half hour of school, and then, stop yelling at me. I'm like, I'm not, right, Zach? Noah always says I'm yelling at him. That's how he perceives it. If I say something he doesn't like, he thinks I'm yelling at him. And then he tries to like blame. It's funny, so I'm trying to like, he's 10, I'm trying to like get that out of him now. So he doesn't kind of grow up like blaming, right? He blames. That's what he does. Because kids are like, kids. They're not born with this innate intelligence. They're like, well, they're born with an innate intelligence, but they're kind of born, they're selfish. Like, gimme, 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 gimme. That's how they're, to take that, you have to train that out of them. But, so, it's interesting to see him do that, and I'm like, oh man, that's not going to work for you when you get older. That is not going to be good if I allow this to continue. So really always kind of working on that and training him and helping him understand, like, you can just choose to love doing math, or you can hate it and let it be miserable. You're doing it either way, so maybe choose to like it, and then your life is easier. Maybe your boss is a jerk. You go to work and be like, whatever, my boss is a jerk, so what? I'm going to do my job, who cares? Or whatever's happening, right? Some things you can't change. You can change certain things. You can't change what other people do, but you just change how you react to them, right? But you are always in charge of how you react to the world around you, and taking personal responsibility, right? So here's my schedule. So I wake up. So, and also, what's important about my schedule? Do I have it on here? No. Solid yellow lines. I put it somewhere wrong. You know what a solid yellow line is? When you're driving, what does the solid yellow line mean? Do not cross. What does a dotted yellow line mean? Cross or not. Solid yellow line around your schedule. That's what you do, and that doesn't matter. Unless you're literally dying. You don't change your schedule. Like, oh, somebody wants to have lunch with me, and or I have to do a talk or something 9:30 on a Monday. I'm like, nope, that's what I do. No, that is a no. I scheduled for some other time. I literally, nothing gets in the way of my schedule. Like when I'm doing school with the boys, I just do school with the boys. That's it. You know, that's it. Something else has to get scheduled. It gets scheduled after, it gets scheduled another day. You have solid yellow lines around the things that are important to you, and you don't let all this other stuff bleed in, because then it's just a big mess. And then you'll never have that schedule. When you have a schedule, sometimes it seems like, oh my gosh, a schedule, that's so stressful. It's so not stressful at all. Like I've literally been doing this for I don't even know how many years. 20, 30 years, I don't know. For a really long time, like living a schedule, because then you know, so you don't have to worry. When am I going to do this? When am I going to do this? When am I going to do? That's when you're going to do all of it. And then you don't have to worry about it. So I wake up before anyone else wakes up, and I just spend the first half hour doing whatever I want. I read. I do oil pulling for my teeth. So it's like 20 minutes, but I do it while I'm reading or whatever I'm doing in the morning, right? And then between 7:30 and 9, I have like, because everyone's sleeping. Usually my 10-year-old wakes up, but he's easy. He takes care of his bunny. And my bird is screaming. I put him on my shoulder. And then I spend an hour and a half like doing whatever needs to get done. That time is for like whatever I want. Like that's when I work on PowerPoints for my presentations. That's when if I want to read an educational book, whatever. If I want to research something, if I really have laundry I need to do, I know that I have that time in the morning to get so much done. Get shit done. That's when I get my stuff done, is that time. I get all this stuff done. It's amazing how productive you can be when you have like free time and you know like this is not time to like play around. This is like time to get things done, and I'm very energetic in the morning, so I schedule it then. So in the morning I'm like, this is like Tasmanian devil. Like I can do so much in the morning, and then I feel so good that I accomplish so much in the morning that it makes the rest of my day better, right? And then I go to yoga, and I'm not like, oh my God, I'm spending an hour and 15 minutes at yoga, and I have to drive 20 minutes to get there, 20 minutes. I'm not thinking about any of that stuff because I just get all this stuff done, right? And I know that that's when I do that. That's when I do yoga. That's it. And so I don't stress about the time because that's scheduled into my time. It doesn't get in the way of homeschooling. It doesn't get in the way of anything.
Yeah, see, when do you eat?
Okay, I'll talk about my eating in a minute. And so here's my schedule, right?
I didn't see the eating.
Right. Okay. So dinner. See dinner.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I do have an eating schedule too. So I don't ever eat breakfast. I do intermittent fasting every day. I'll drink some green juice in the morning, like superfood powder. I do that in the morning. Gives me energy, but it's not really hard to digest. So it feels clean. I don't eat before yoga. I never eat breakfast. The days that I do yoga, I'm starving after yoga. So I eat a big salad and like nuts and raw cheese and stuff like that. But when I'm not doing yoga, so I do yoga Monday, I do yoga Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's when I do yoga. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I don't. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I work. Tuesday mornings I'm here 11 to 1:30. Thursdays I'm here 11 to 7. Saturdays I'm here 8:30 to like whenever I'm done. On those days, because I didn't do yoga, I'm not hungry, and those are the days that I fast until dinner. So I intermittent fast till dinner. I drink a quart of green juice that my husband's probably making right now, or he made it this morning. And it's just celery and cucumbers, kale, and lemon, and it's juice. It's not a smoothie. So I'm doing a fast, and so I schedule my fasting in to my day. That's just when I fast. So Thursdays I'm here all day. I don't eat, and I know I'm not going to eat, and I don't care. You just get used to it. So that's how I schedule in like my health, right?
So your juice fast at the days that you do that,
Mhm.
you do your intermittent fasting those days?
Yeah.
So the whole time that the window that you would eat,
Right.
you fast, you juice fast.
Yeah. So like on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I don't eat till dinner. So that's it. So I drink juice. I drink water. Right, a lot of water. It's a good way to get water. And I drink a kombucha. And then I just don't eat. And so it's like sometimes eating makes you really tired. Like if I ate before this, there's no way I could eat when I'm going to do this or when I'm working because I'm like fired up. Like I'll get a stomach ache if I try to eat something. I just know that about myself. So you schedule in when you're going to do these things. If you want to intermittent fast till lunch 3 days a week, just schedule it in. Just like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm not going to eat breakfast. And then you get your body used to doing a little fast. Fasting is incredibly healthy, healing for your body. Your body has a chance to clean things up and to detox. Otherwise, your body is just always digesting food all the time. And you never have a chance to heal or recover from anything. So that's why I schedule that in. But I know that when I do yoga, I'm hungry. Like that feeling, I don't even feel hungry on the days that I do a juice fast all day. When I do yoga, I am starving. And then my body's like, that's good time to eat. And those days I eat dinner too, I eat lunch and dinner. But I've been doing this for years, eating this way. So it's just kind of maintaining your health, you know? That's all it is. Is that overwhelming? Is that good? And so here is the day, and this is when I work, and that's when I hang out with my family. It's when I go to sleep usually. Right? So yeah, Tuesday, Thursday is juice fast, right? Weekends I just do whatever. I work, and then I just go home and take a nap. Whatever. And then we just play or do whatever we want. I don't schedule that. Yes.
Jeremy just said no.
So I want you guys to like think that, I want you guys to start writing down, making a schedule and asking me questions about how to schedule things in. Go ahead, what'd you say?
No, I just wanted to say, you said to me just now, see, you don't have to be eating all day. Like, in your window of your intermittent fasting, you don't have to just like eat those hours, right?
Yeah.
But you still have a green.
I have that green powder that I drink in the morning. That has nutrients.
You still need to put that in your body.
I do. And then I do the green juice. You can, once in a while, like if my husband goes away, and he's away for a seminar or whatever, I don't make myself juice. I just don't. Sometimes I do. I just drink water. But that's like not that often. But I'll do that.
But my point is that you should have, if you're not going to eat solid foods or something, you need to have nutrients or juice or something in your body.
Sure. Yeah. Just a green juice and water. You can do a water fast too.
Bone broth.
Honestly, bone broth, but you don't need to eat. Like you don't. Like you can just fast. Like I do that. But you can do that, but you don't have to. Like the days that I just drink water, I feel fine too. You know what I mean? But because I know that I'm doing this 3 times a week, I make sure I'm using that opportunity to drink a juice and get those extra nutrients in.
Right.
And that's good. But if so when you start scheduling, if you're gonna do it once a week, if once a week you want to skip all food until dinner, just drink water. Give your body a break instead of thinking you have to make juice. But if you're planning on doing this for a long time, 3 times a week, fasting till dinner, then try to get a schedule where your husband makes you juice every morning on those days, right? But you don't necessarily have to. You could probably do a 5-day water fast. Most people could just do a 5-day water fast if they want. I don't like doing those things. I don't like fasting like that. It doesn't work for me because then I have to go. Then how am I do yoga? Like that's really important to me. How am I going to work? How am I going to do? So I like just having like my maintenance be like something I can do. I can do intermittent fasting easily. That's just what I do. I never do a long-term fast. That doesn't work for me. Some people can fast some people do a 24-hour fast once a week.
Are they exercising in the midst?
Yeah, you can. I exercise in a fasted state only. I drink my green powder, and then I exercise. But I don't eat food before I exercise because I'll be tired.
Bog you down,
Bog me down, so I never do that. It's better to exercise in a fasted state anyway. You can drink coffee. I don't drink coffee because I would be a hyper insane person. I don't like coffee, and I can't even handle any caffeine at all, not even tea. Only like herbal tea. But if you drink coffee in the morning with nothing in it, you're still fasting. If you drink black organic coffee, you're still fasting. It actually increases it's better. It makes your fast better if you do coffee. So I thought, should I add coffee? Because it makes your fast better. I don't think that'll be good for me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to start drinking coffee. But if you drink coffee in the morning with nothing in it, and then eat lunch. So it always gets back to food. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Do you guys have any questions about your own schedule? I will answer all your questions. Discipline is freedom, right? Discipline is, everyone thinks, oh, you're so disciplined. No, it makes your life so easy.
I have a question.
Yes.
About nutrition, food.
Yes.
Is it okay to kind of have the same regimen every day? Like, you got to eat nuts, if you eat salad.
If it works for you,
Okay,
yeah, that's what I do.
okay.
I really do the same
Because it
thing.
makes it easy.
I'm not a big foodie. I just eat
I
a
love
salad with nuts and raw grass-fed cheese. Dinner I have meat or eggs.
Do you eat red meat?
Yeah, I eat red meat a lot.
Grass-fed.
Grass-fed. All my food is like organic. All my meat is grass-fed or pastured. I'll eat chicken. I'll eat meat. I eat a lot of eggs. Right. So, but I eat very similar food. I'm not really.
Yeah.
I care. As long as it's healthy, right? Then I eat it. But like the days that I fast all day. So like when I eat lunch, I'll eat a big salad for lunch and then I'll eat meat for dinner. The days I fast all day, I'll eat the salad and the meat for dinner. So I'm like basically eating the same calories, but in one meal instead. And that's it. So I'm not like, I'm not starving myself. I probably eat more calories than anybody here a day. The amount of healthy fat that I eat. I just eat in a shorter time period. And I do keto, So when you do keto, you can watch my Facebook on keto. You're not hungry. When you eat carbs, you're hungry all the time. When you do keto and you eat a lot of healthy fats and meat, you're just not hungry. So I'm not hungry. And that's it. And that makes it easier to fast.
You also wouldn't be hungry if you ate smaller portions multiple times a day.
No, you would be hungry because
So
then
if
you're
you're
always digesting, and your body's like, it depends on what you're eating.
Right,
But
what you're eating, but you're also eating smaller portions and not necessarily, carbohydrates, so low
Right.
carb. And you're taking in your water, you're not hungry if you're eating every 3 hours.
That's too much to eat though. Like, if you're eating a good meal, you shouldn't be hungry for hours.
Well, snack.
Right.
I'm talking celery, I'm talking carrots, I'm
Right.
talking
Well,
those
if
types of
that's
snacks.
working for you and you're healthy, that's fine. But I don't like tell people to do that because then I feel like they have to eat all the time. You're better off just eating a meal and being done with eating for hours, right?
I
But
feel
your
like I eat.
metabolism.
But it no, your metabolism is better when you only eat 2 meals a day.
I
It's
feel like
better.
I didn't never, and I love food. I have a hard time because I love to eat. But I never thought I could intermittent fast, so I eat less.
Right.
And I never thought I could do that.
Right. But you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard. But your body, it's just better off to like eat and then let yourself get really, really, really hungry before you eat again. If you're not hungry, you're not going to release digestive enzymes. You're not going to digest your food properly. That's the problem with most people who snack all day. They never really get hungry. They're not like hungry, and so you're not going to digest your food properly. So you're better off just eating 1 or 2 meals a day. That's how we're supposed to eat. That's kind of how our bodies are designed. Then your body just digests the food. Otherwise, it's really hard to digest. And then if you're eating all the time, you're always like releasing some insulin, and then it just kind of changes can mess with your hormones. I mean, if you're like 100% healthy, there's nothing wrong, and that works for you, then that's fine.
I'm just saying that just in terms of I was able to reverse my diabetes.
Okay, well that's
And
working
the way
for
I
you.
reversed my diabetes was taking off 70 pounds, but I got that way from eating small meals.
Yeah, so that worked, but you
Multiple
but you
times a
also
day.
gave up carbs, and you probably went into ketosis.
No, I didn't give up carb. Nope,
Okay.
didn't give up
Well,
carbohydrates at all.
That's fine. That's good. Whatever works for you.
Right.
Different things work for different people.
Right.
But I don't recommend that for people just starting out because that doesn't usually work for people. So whatever works for you is great. If that works for you, just do it. Right? Not everything works for everybody. We start out with like something, and if it doesn't work, then we tweak it, and you kind of see what works for you. You know?
That's true.
Yeah. But when you have a schedule, so what you need to do is you need to like get a sheet of paper and write down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, Sunday if you want, and you have to start putting in the things you have to do. This is when you work. Schedule that time off, okay? Because you can't change that, right? And then you have to put in, and then you have to start scheduling in what do you want to do. What do you want to do? You have, like me, I have like whatever, 7 in the morning till 9 when I leave for yoga. What do you want to do then? Do you have time before work? You want to exercise then? Do you want to read a book? Do you want to write a book? Do you you want to learn a new skill? Do you want to do all your housework? What do you want to do then? Write it in and do it. Write in when you're going to exercise. Write in when you're going to shop and cook. And meal prep if that's what you want to do. Write those things in, have the schedule, and follow it until it just becomes natural. Like I never write my schedule down, it's all in my head. Because I've been doing this for so long, I just know my schedule. But when I created my schedule, when I created my work schedule, I made sure that it was around doing yoga. Like this is when I sleep. I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. No. 7, okay. No, I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. Some people are 5 to get things done. I sleep. That doesn't work for me. I like to sleep late, right? I like to sleep till 7. So I make sure that, and I like to do yoga, I like to work out, but not early 7 a.m. I can't work out on it. Like 9:30 is fine. But I schedule that in, and then my work schedule is around that. But if you have a work schedule that you have to comply with, write it down and then put in when you can exercise. Put in when you want to do these things, when you're going to spend time with your family, your friends, your children. Put it in your schedule. Once a month, you spend time with this person. Once a week, you call this person. When do you exercise? When do you do meal prep? When do you pray? Whatever it is that you want to do, you have to write it in your schedule and follow it until it becomes a habit. And give it time to become a habit. You may not like it. At first, it may seem stressful. But I guarantee you, if you keep doing it, it's going to get rid of all your stress. And then you're going to say, well, this is still stressful. Okay, you know what? Something is still stressful. What do you have to do to fix that? Look at what you're doing. Look at your mission. Look at, are you spending the right time doing this and that? And then you put that in your schedule. You guys can email me, or like this is even on Facebook, and you can just ask me questions and watch it again. But does that make sense to like start scheduling it in, and then follow the schedule? Follow the recipe. Follow it and make yourself do it. And then freedom. It's freedom. It really is. It's like, and I know, it's like I'm not worried about stuff because I know that I have time to do all the things I want to do. Everything's in there, and then I just enjoy all of it instead of being stressed out all the time. Any questions? Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yes.
Questions? No?
No, I feel liberated today.
All right.
Right.
You know why I said that?
Why?
Because, I sometimes may not be getting, the nutrients. Like you said, you may have the juice and
Yeah.
things of that nature, but I find over time that, some days when I wake up, I'm just not hungry.
Yeah.
And, I may have coffee because I don't use any, I drink black coffee. And I may go all day and not eat and not even think about it. And then my wife will ask me later in the day on my young daughters or my daughter, and they said, that's crazy you didn't eat today. I said, but I really wasn't hungry, so
You listen to your body.
why should I just ate a meal just because everybody else was eating a meal and I need to look like I fit in? But
No.
so I started trying to eat because everybody was telling me that that was kind of strange, because some days I just don't feel hungry, and I may have a meal when I get home, and I'm really good.
Good. So you listen to your body.
Yeah.
But we all feel
But
like
I'm listening to my wife.
listen to your wife. Right into the bus. So, but we all feel that way about a lot of things. Like, oh, I have to comply with, everyone eats this way, everyone does this, everyone does this. And then you feel like you have to do these things. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Don't listen to like other people putting limits on how you want to live. If you know like your body and like that is not working for you, like you don't want to eat, don't eat. You don't have to eat. What are you going to die of starvation? You could probably go a month. I mean, most people could probably go a month with no food. And then you could live off your fat stores, right? I mean, honestly, you're not going to die. You have to drink water. But really, if you're like not hungry, don't eat. Right?
I'm going to do that sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Listen to your body. But you can also schedule it in. You can say, oh, these days I'm not going to eat.
I think he just really has a very stressful job,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a very strong mind.
Right.
So he can talk himself out of. He can have those hunger pains
Right.
and not respond to them, and just kind of like.
It doesn't matter.
I really
Doesn't
Like
matter.
I
Oh, okay.
can't eat. My job is not stressful, but I'm very like hyper.
Mhm.
I'm like, "Ah."
Mhm.
I can't eat when I'm in that like that
Oh, okay.
because I won't digest it.
Mhm.
So my body just doesn't get hungry. He's not getting hungry. If he tries to eat in that situation, he won't digest it anyway. He'll just feel like tired and awful. And it's
Good
but it's
know,
fine
I was
to
worried
fast
about
all
him sometimes.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't eat today because
Well,
you know, I
but
saw
drink
so many
water
clients.
all day. Make yourself drink water all day. Do you do that?
No.
Do you make yourself drink water all day?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm probably not taking in as much
Yeah.
as I need, but I do drink water
Do you need something?
during the day, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So
Yeah.
what I do is I fill this up twice and I just chug it as fast as I can. 'Cause I don't like drinking water. I don't like to sip water all day. I was sipping it during the talk, but normally I just, all right, done. And then I get my water in and I'm done,
Right.
you know? But drink water all day, you have to eat. Or you can do anything, add anything to your schedule that you want and ask me questions. Is that helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that helpful? Good. All right, Facebook done.
Okay.
Bye, Facebook.
Hey.